Alright, so I have been working on my secret project, which has been basically my whole kingdom. So let's start with going through the front door, if we can actually make it through the hallway. So a whole bunch of lanterns put out. Of course, here's the front door. A little bit of chin. So we get our little lookout point right here. A ladder going all the way up to my top floor, which is of course my nightscape. You can see perfectly the sky above it. Also helps find it at night. Get a little sneak peek of what's to come. Alright, let's go back down. I'll get to that in a little bit. So, let's go all the way downstairs. Alright, so this is just basically a back door. Goes out to a little farther past the front door. A little bit of a patio right here, hidden by the vines. Makes it easier to land when I'm flying in. And yes, I do use creative. So let's go to the actual basement area. Alright, so my little library area here, I do have beds for whoever comes into my server. A back hidden door to the other side of my house, which of course is always a good thing when you have other people on the server. Got bored, decided to change this into a little water area just to be, I don't know, weird. Alright, so this is going to be the bottom floor door. This one leads to two different hallways. This is the never-ending pit of doom, as I call it. I literally can walk and walk and walk. This basically goes all the way down to the bedrock. It was one of the first things I actually worked on when starting Minecraft. Basically dug all the way down to the bottom and then made the hallway going up. So that way, easier for people to go mining without having to deal with going other places. But of course, it just goes and goes and goes. A little lookout area of my lanterns. That was blocked off a while ago when I decided not to go straight up with a ladder. Of course, we have the lava lookout. Going into more hallways. All the way down to the bedrock. I have not tested this area against any creepers or anything else, so I actually do not know if it will be bright enough to keep everything from spawning down here, but it definitely should be. And probably about 5 minutes later I'll finally get up to the surface. Should have saved this for last, but oh well. I'm not mistaken, I'm almost at the top. Yep, there we go. Okay, so that hallway is done now. And I'm going to show you this path. I do have multiple paths, and these all lead together, but this one is a dead end one that I decided to cut off because I was running right into water, and it was not pleasant trying to block that off. Alright, so let me go to the top floor, which will be... Wait, no. I'm going to do the second floor, show you what's going on there, and then take you to the top floor of the walkthrough areas. So I have, of course, 2 more doors leading out. One that way, and one this way. And yes, there's a cow right there. I have no clue why he's there, but alright. So this hallway has 2 hallways out, one leading to, of course, the front of the house, and this one leading out to a sub house that is not mine, that is my brother's house. And I will show that off later because he is quite proud of that. My long hallway. Yes, I put a whole bunch of vines in here for aesthetic. Not really needing them, but deciding wanting them. Glass ceiling through here. Right here is Visitor Central, basically. Whoever's the first one to find this one basically gets in here and can get the diamond suits. I also have a whole bunch of stuff waiting for them when they get in there. Of course, I do not have any spawning eggs because I feel they should work on that themselves. Alright, so I have this little blocked off area in the corner, which is for my wolves. Well, now my dogs. I have them pinned up so that way I could do this video without tripping over them. Right here is my way up to a secret room. And of course, welcome, you have found my secret rest area. There are 2 beds, use them if you like. Phoenix, have a clock. And of course this room is lit up, so we do not have any problems with anything spawning. There's 1 bed, another clock. Of course another clock in a bed. These are basically when I'm not in server or I've walked out of the game and the game goes into dark mode. Right now I have it on from daylight until I decide to open up my server for everyone else to play. I did make a little fountain area because I thought it really was needed to fill up that space. Alright, so I do have a lookout area that I made in here that I will show you before leaving into my next section. So basically I even put glowstone on top of the tree just to make sure this area is completely lit. Some areas will not be able to be reached by most people coming onto the server, but it's really good to show anyway. This goes right up into the tree, and I have a little hidden area up in the tree. It's not really needed, but it's pretty cool anyway. So going out here. This room was made for my brother, Johnny. He is yet to be able to use it yet, since I have shut off all access, even to him, until I was completely done with what I was planning on doing. He does have his own armor, a bed, a clock, and a full trunk. I knew I forgot to put something in there. Forgot to put the freaking jukebox. Oh well. Shut that door. Alright, and of course I have vines going all through here because you can't really make a building without vines everywhere when it looks so mossy. Alright, so I do have a lookout area right over here for the waterfall because I just felt it was needed. It was just a wonderful thing to put in. Let's see. I'm going to leave this area and I'm going to go back to the main house so it makes it a little easier to show you what's going on. Okay, so I'm going to drop that in and come on. There we go. Because that finishes the first hallway of the second hallway now off of there. There's one more hallway going off of the main stairwell. Alright. So this gives a better look out to the rest of my area. Well, part of it I should say. Go all the way up my tower. Into here. Alright, that gives a better look at my brother's area. So a nice bridge going out there that my fiance did build for him. Showing off a little bit more that will be shown later on in the video. There's the top of the one building and the top of the other one. We are now going to go back down the ladder and I'm going to show you off more of the space. If it'll let me. It'd be awesome if it will. There we go. And here we go. So this basically leads outside. That was built by my fiance for me for a horse he had spawned for me. He also tamed it and everything like that and put some diamond armor, which I will be showing off a good amount of my horses and farm animals later, but that can wait until the absolute last minute. This is basically showing you off the entrance to my building. It's basically just a little area for extra space. Alright. Each room has one bed in it. These are, of course, for anyone who decides they want to play on the server. And it does go dark. Showing off this floor. I have yet to put anything in there, and I may put some more beds, rooms and beds in here, but at the moment I haven't decided. Giving you a view out the window. So we're going to go right up the never-ending stairwell. Show you back up there. That really doesn't have a good view. This one has a better view of outside. And of course I forgot to put in another window. Alright, let me do this really quick. Because it will bug the crap out of me if I don't. Alright. Mostly the vines are covering it, but it's a good view of the mountainscape around. This is giving you a slight peek of what we're going to be walking through soon. more mountainscape. Alright, now to the hallway. And yes, I know this is not realistic. I know there's no supports for the building, but at the same time, it just makes it look that much mystical. Much more mystical, there we go. Give you a slight view over here, show you off more of the building. Of course, I do have glass floors. The floor does light up at night and it does look amazing. It helps also track the building when you're farther away. So the building has 4 floors. And no, I have not put anything on the inside except the little tower chandelier is what I call it. This literally took me a good 2 days to fully clear up and put together. It also was about 4-hour times each on those 2 days. So, and those rooms was broken up. More of a view. So the ceiling area up here, of course, it doesn't light up as much as I would like it to, and I will be changing that around, probably with some more glowstone in the section holding up the glass. But it does give an amazing view of outside. We're just below the clouds, so of course it shows off a good deal of cloud cover. It's something really interesting when it does get into a thunderstorm. You get to see all the lightning thunder. It's just wonderful. So I did put in 2 sets of stairs to go up and down. It makes it a little easier. That way, if you say go one direction, you can still go down or up, depending on which way you want to go. This is the only exit right now. I have not made any plans to build off of this as of yet, but I am looking at certain areas to build off of the bridge. That way it will only be one way going up from the main buildings, but there will be multiple ways of going off of instead of having to go just directly to the floating building. Alright, go down. Alright, this is just because I do not want to take that much time in walking that I am doing this. I'm going to go back to the main building and walk down the path. So you can see a little bit more outside of the kingdom. Alright, I'm going to show you this way before going towards the horses. Alright. Okay, so this is the opening to his house, but I'm not going to use it because it just takes too much time to push the button, and it's really hard for me. Plus, it's nice to show you off this. This is the portal to the end, and I will be showing that off. and he's I've already beat the end. So I've seen the writing and everything of the two beings talking with each other. It's because we tested this, we did send a lot of pigs through. So this is going to show you basically what the two beings say. But that is for another video. Alright, now we're out here. I have no clue where he put this. Alright. So there are parts of this area that I do not, let's say, I haven't built myself. This happens when you have too many people come on your server with too much freedom with the buttons. This will be the last thing I actually show you, and then the only reason why is because I have to put it on night. Now if I can find where the crap I was going. Alright, there's a few areas developed just like that one, but like that. That monstrosity was because someone got very bored with creative mode on my server. Alright. I'm going to show you the inside of his house before going on to the horse. Alright, now I gotta get it. There we go. He hasn't put anything really in here yet. He does have a sub-level. He's been sure to make use of all of the stuff while he had access to creative mode. I did put him on survival mode after he finished building his house. And that's usually what I do on my server. Give you a better view of what he's made. Right now I do not have a horse in there. They are all out to pasture. I do have two of my dogs out here. And these are free to use for anyone coming onto my server. This is midnight. I have midnight, dawn, dusk, and I'm trying to think, I think it's glory is my last one. So I'm going to take dawn out right now to show you the rest of the pasture. There's glory. They're the only horses named, and they are the only horses with armor on. This is fully fenced in. I do have a few of the dangerous spots fenced in because I could not fill them in properly. I do have multiple horses, and I may still have a few ponies out here, but I seriously doubt it. I think they have all fully grown now. I have cows, sheep, and probably a couple chickens and rabbits out here. There are a few donkeys as well. This is a favorite spot by most of the animals. Right here we'll see a chicken playing back there. And of course I forgot to dig that out a little farther. There we go. there's a chicken. One of the horses are playing, and then of course there's a horse trying to be a butt and escape. I did make it wide enough so they cannot do so. Most of the horses out here are going to be tamed, if not all of them, so it makes it a little easier for people to ride. And here's another one of the danger spots. I do have them fenced off because I do not want to lose any of the horses or animals down in them. Right now, I do not know where the donkeys, the cattle, or all the other animals are. Most of my horses are going to be in this area, except for a few select that are going to be in fenced off area. There's a poor little bat that has apparently gotten out of the cave, and I don't know why he has. The little thing. Alright, of course my horses want to block the way. The hallway does go over this, which makes it a lot better. I'm going to make a daylight cycle, so that way soon it will change. It'll show the bridge glowing and such. Alright. So this is basically to give a better view. An octopus going on, a squid going through the areas. Most of these areas will not have anything in them. I do have one area close by that does have an area blocked off because it just goes straight to a water pit. I did post signs, but as seeing as I did not mark the area very well, I probably will not find it anytime soon. Show you some of my server. Should be actually around here that I do have that area marked off, but without knowing, I will not be able to actually pinpoint it. It does have a whole bunch of lanterns on top. Up there it actually is. It is completely blocked off inside and out. And if you can't tell, I did stress the point, do not pass this point. But inside the cave, I did block off the rest of that water source, because it just does go to basically a drown point for any regular characters coming in. If I can figure out how I got in there in the first place, that'd be very helpful. Oh, I already passed it. I'm smart. For your safety, this area has been blocked off. It is a water pit. Unsafe. Do not pass. If you can't tell, I really did stress. This whole area is completely fenced off. And I just did it for safety reasons. I don't want anyone having to go back to the spawn point. Seeing as, for one, it's extremely far away from where you would be wanting to spawn from, which would probably be right where you died. And everything of that nature. Alright, let me see. Go up. And I'm gonna go over. Alright, it should be past the main castle. So I'm going to take you to where that monstrosity of brick is. There we are. And this is basically just to show you what was built. Alright, so this is basically the Fight Kingdom. Or what my fiance likes to call it, the Fight Club. So he put in here these, which of course when you flip the switch, monsters will come out. The spawn point is close by, and this is basically for when you first come onto server. This comes with many prizes and many surprises. Certain things will be thrown out there. Certain things will be in a chest. I actually don't know. He's the one that does this one. I have no dealings with this. Once that lantern is taken out, it is completely and utterly dark. There are multiple levels. This one's even darker. He will hand put out stuff over here, which is the only difference. It will be completely dark. Right now I have gamma on, so I can see everything. Let's see, right over here he has multiple doors leading right into the area where you'll be going to collect some of your stuff. Right now it's completely blocked off, but right in here he'll put stuff in from above, I believe. Yep, he'll pull from above, and that's basically where you go to get some of your supplies for your fight. He thought it'd be an interesting thing to put on for server, seeing as not many people would think of doing that. And not many people would want to do that. Basically, if you beat every single thing that he throws at you, you can win a few items, if not a lot of items, depending on what mood he's in. I'm going to actually switch now to nighttime so this can be seen. It should be actually hitting it soon, but it hasn't. Alright, so here we go. So that was supposed to shoot arrows. Now it's completely stuck like that. And this is supposed to shoot fireworks, but it must have run out of steam. I have no clue how to reload it. Alright, just to show you, you can see a lot of what I have built because I do put a lot of lanterns and glowstone on my stuff. Like, that is the cave, the blocked off area for the cave. Of course, you can see the kingdom. And I have no clue what that is. Alright, the back entrance to my house. I do this so it's easy to find the return point for everyone when they really do need supplies. I do give supplies when needed. I have not put any type of lighting over in the main pasture with the horses, but this area is for basically tying off a horse and leaving for safety. Most of the building will be lit up, so no matter how far you are, you can usually find a way back to the main castle. there is a slight bridge to help when going basically mountain climbing. If you wanted to go over to an area that I have not dealt with yet, that area will actually probably be cultivated soon, seeing as it is such a unique spot and it overlooks the pasture. This area over here may be used soon for a different type of farm animal, but I'm not sure yet. But right now, I can say I am extremely happy with what I have accomplished on this server and hope to see a lot of people visiting soon. I will be putting out hidden chests and such in different areas. It may be hidden underground in a very dark space that you may need, say, a lantern or so put inside. Or it may have some diamond armor. You won't know until you find the chest. When the areas are blocked up, I do not appreciate somebody going past it. It is for safety, and I did put that there for a reason. So, alright, I know this is a very long video, basically talking about nothing, but if you like the video, give me a thumbs up. If you have a comment about, say, what you think I should build next, leave me a comment at the bottom. And if you want to see more, push the subscribe button. I appreciate anyone and everyone who views my video, and have a nice night.